A strategic partnership can change the course of a creator or a company. It is one of the most important jigsaw puzzle pieces which can make or break a company. Think IBM, Microsoft, McDonald's and Coke, Beyonce and Jay-Z. Bet you didn't see that one coming, right? The most famous YouTuber on the planet and Shopify are partnering to change the face of e-commerce and arguably the world forever. Watch on as you will not only understand why they are joining forces, but also how some of the underlying principles could be applied to your life and business. Yeah, I said life. And no, this is not a video about dating advice, but now that I think about it, there are some nuggets you could take on that first coffee date. And to state our case as to why we think this partnership is the next big thing, we're going to first dig deep into some of the unique aspects of Mr. Beast and the origin story of Shopify. Toby and Shopify. 22-year-old Toby Lutke was living with his girlfriend back in 2004 in Ottawa. A German-Canadian software developer and an avid snowboarder, he was looking to start a business that sold snowboards online. He researched every single snowboard that existed for purchase, every single customization he could set up on said snowboard, and threw it all on a spreadsheet. Meticulous as he was also a terrific coder, and it would come to his aid big time. Now he was thinking, well, I can deploy a snowboarding website in a week at most. All he would need is an open source software, a code framework, and an easier way to understand when and how to execute an order placed for his website. A simple website setup, a way to render images on his landing page, and tell a story about every snowboard purchase. Oh, and an SEO strategy. I mean, you don't want to throw a lame high school party right where nobody shows up. So this was not a cakewalk. With all the tools at our disposal even today, think back to 2004, in the early Google AdWords era, what it must have been like. It took Toby 2.5 months to create a snowboarding website, the Snow Devil. The website was a huge success. Snow Devil's complete inventory of snowboards sold out. In fact, Toby and the team had such a hard time keeping up with inventory management, they had to hire additional staff just to keep up. Toby did not anticipate what would happen next. Other snowboard companies started asking him to license the software he had developed for their online stores. Both his snowboard business and software licensing business took off. Come spring, when the snowboard market calmed down, Toby had to make a decision. He would have to choose snowboards or software. Toby decided to shut down the snowboard business and go with software instead. Shopify was born. Mr. Beast. On the other side of the border, an 18-year-old kid, Jimmy Donaldson, was making a YouTube video saying PewDiePie 100,000 times and cutting a plastic table with a plastic knife. His video seemed inconsequential, but the kid had something special: obsession, more than fire under his belly, for making better YouTube videos every single day. A video that really changed the direction of his videos from pranks and gaming was about philanthropy. He gave a random homeless person all of the money he got from a sponsorship. It connected something deeper with younger demographics, especially kids. They got drawn to this giving mindset of Mr. Beast, and he has never looked back since then. Even with north of 160 million subscribers and his highest Squid Game video raking in 450 million views, his desire to help other creators has only grown. He donates to schools, funds medical treatments, and most importantly, helps other YouTubers and streamers. He wants to inspire the younger generation and help them explore the possibilities of achieving success. I think this is what really gets him going. But to do this, he would have to find a more sustainable way to achieve his goals. Shopify's rise. Since its founding, Toby had now led Shopify to grow from a simple startup with 5 employees to 100,000 merchants and $325 million in annual revenue in 2014. Merchants now had a great way to create stores, set up their product portfolio, tell a story, connect with logistics, and most importantly, drive more sales. One of the things Toby did to supercharge growth was the creation of Shopify App Store. Developers could basically publish apps on the Shopify App Store just like they could on the iOS Store and the Android Play Store. This helped merchants add features to their online website. These would be apps like store management for data of products, customers, and orders. Event ticketing was another, which would help customers pay for event tickets using mobile devices. In case of low inventory, possible shipping delays, and upcoming store closure, there would be a way for merchants to send customers in-app notifications. This would level the playing field. Small businesses would get access to a marketplace marketplace for highly sophisticated functionalities that only large enterprises with a fat budget could once enjoy. You see, real wealth is created when you create a platform product which enable businesses to make a lot of money on top of it. Think Facebook and the sheer magnitude of different types of businesses that run marketing on top of it, from software, physical products, courses. Amazon Web Services was another, with economies of scale delivering reduced servers costs to software companies. This would disrupt the traditional software business models with cloud-based businesses, creating what we now know as SaaS startups. Well, Shopify was doing something similar, or at least attempting to do so. The post-COVID explosion. Tragedy struck with COVID-19. There were lockdowns all over the world, and small businesses were worried about how they would survive this financial break. There were employees to give paychecks to, inventory costs to manage as the physical world came to a crashing halt. A silver lining did show up. A massive demand for online store purchases started taking shape, and Shopify was one of the winners. Between April 2020 and November 2021, Shopify stock was on rocket ship, growing more than 350% to reach its high of $166. The number of merchants on Shopify doubled between 2019 and 2021, going from 1 million to more than 2 million on the platform. Two new sub-industries started growing: direct-to-consumer and dropshipping. Small businesses would now use channels like newsletters, podcasts, social media marketing to sell directly to consumers instead of businesses like Walmart. Every time a person searched for how to make money online on Google, they would get drop shipping as a top search term. This especially appealed the younger demographic, who would create an online store on Shopify in minutes, create social media ads, run ads on the platforms, and simply get orders for companies with actual inventory who could fulfill them. Without the cost of buying an inventory or storing it, they would make a cool commission selling products for businesses. It was the age of easy money for some. Shopify stumbles. In a free market, check that. In the free public market, Shopify would obviously face tons of competition. Squarespace, Wix, and others came to eat Shopify's lunch. Amazon released a Buy with Prime feature. It was great for e-commerce stores, with some reporting a 30% increase in shopper conversion when they integrated the Buy with Prime feature. Shopify pushed back against allowing its own users to use this, because to do so would mean that Amazon could collect revenue that Shopify would normally make. Eventually, Shopify caved, allowing users to include the Buy with Prime functionality, and things didn't get better from there. Shopify stock took a nosedive after its pandemic peak, plummeting by more than 76%. Many began to wonder if the business was overvalued. Shopify was struggling, and it would have to make some strategic moves. The partnership. Mr. Beast is a content creator and has a superhuman work ethic, but he is still immortal. Did I just make a basic statement? Okay, let me get to the point. His financial outcome is directly proportional to the time he spends making his videos, and he often spends millions on them. Like any other content creator, he has looked for a brand deal or a sponsor, but at the size of the distribution he has, he can't just partner with any brand. He has to be careful which company he works with. He can't team up with a faceless oil company or a casino just because they're loaded. But here came the case for Toby and Shopify. Shopify CEO Toby's personality and Mr. Beast are vastly different. Toby is a heads-down, create value type of a leader, while Mr. Beast is a flamboyant media personality. But what unites them in ideology is how they care about the little guy, the small creators, streamers, the small business, the corner stores. Despite their different personalities, they both want the democratization of content and value creation. Their core values are the same, but they perfectly complement each other in personality. And look at what it's done for them. Mr. Beast launched Shop Mr. Beast and Feastables on Shopify. And guess what? Within 72 hours, Feastables sold 1 million chocolate bars. In October 2022, Shopify brought Mr. Beast into a paid partnership to provide opportunities for aspiring entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs would upload their pitch to TikTok under the hashtag #PitchMrBeast for a chance to win $10,000. The hashtag got 6.2 million views on TikTok and has received over 72 million views to date. Sure, Mr. Beast has worked with many sponsors, and Shopify has access to other creators, but this team-up could keep getting bigger. Since their partnership in 2022, Shopify now has more than 4 million merchants on the platform and $6.6 billion in annual revenue in 2023. Okay, let me pause here for a second, because I have a confession to make. The merchant and revenue growth for Shopify can't be fully attributed to Mr. Beast. Cutting costs like their staff and selling their fledgling fulfillment business to Flexport has helped Shopify a lot. But Mr. Beast has definitely contributed to this. And guess what? He's still a young guy, and his megaphone is going to keep getting bigger. Let me throw you some stats. In America, almost 40% of US adults are doing a side hustle. That's 80 million possible merchants that Shopify could cater to. Shopify is sitting at a little over 10% market share behind Amazon's 45% in the US e-commerce market alone. The e-commerce market is expected to grow to reach $1.2 trillion in 2026. If Shopify plays its cards right, it could penetrate into the e-commerce market like, wait, what's the PG metaphor I was looking for? Never mind, you get the point. It would be big for Shopify and small businesses. Shopify would want to do everything it can, like partnering with Mr. Beast to scale the mountaintop of Amazon's market share and beyond. I hope I was able to convince you that strategic partnerships are a crucial concept to understand. Partnerships are cool, but tapping into business trends is like decoding the signs the universe throws at you to take you to the next level. Watch this video to understand why we think Facebook is about to lose the AI race and learn more about big trends.